Okay, so this is Livy's History of Rome. Here's a free download of Interlinear you can get. Here's the Perseus Tufts website for free. You've got the Latin and you've got various English translations down here. This is the preface. And here's the Kindle version, which costs about $4. Iam primum. So now, first of all, primum omnium, satis constat. That's a impersonal. So satisfactorily agreed. Troie capta. That's ablative. With Troy captured in Keteros, towards the rest goes with Troianus. The rest of the Trojans were savage, although they were violent, think of them. And with two of them, Aeneas and Antionior, and Vetusti Jure, by the old right or the old law of hospitality, and because Parcis, which is peace, and the returning looks a gerundive, and they were always authors, these were the people wanting the returning of Helen and peace. Omne jus belli achiunos. These are the people there. Abstuisi. Yeah, so these are Chivi. They abstinuisid. They didn't want to. Jus is neuter, so it takes omni instead of is. So by all rights of war, or all laws of the war, they didn't want to do this because they always wanted to return Helen and have peace. Carcibus deinde. So deinde is the adverb starting off. So then, with varus carcibus, with various fates or various happenings to them. Anetorum, with a multitude of the anetum, who in sedition from Paphlagonia, Pulsi, that's plural because it's got the I, they were driven out in this sedition, and the seds, which is the seed or the home, and ducem leader. We've got Rege and Amiso here, so they've lost their king, and Querabanting. So they were searching for Pylamine. They lost this guy and he was sent to Troy. Yeah, so they were Querabanting. They were looking for a house and a leader. King Philemon, because that's a blade as well, had been lost. The free lobe translations are there. That Perseus Tufts is one. You can post it into the Kindle version. So they'd come in Intimum Maris Hadriani Saints. This is a bay of the Adriatic. Intima means deep inside. So the Eugeni who, between the Mare, between the sea and the Alps, were living in Colabanting. Pulsus goes with these people, so they've driven out the Anetos, and they were holding their lands. So if you want to see, these are both in accusative plurals, but they're interpreted differently, as you can see from that. This Kindle version comes with all the vocabulary as well. And in quem primo egresse sunt, in where the place where they first came out, quem with the locum, this place, vocator, was called Troy, and Pago, that would be the cantons or the regions, it looks like it's dative, then it was also called Troy, Troiano. Gens universi veneti appellati. So the Universis race were called the Veneti. Aeneum in the accusative, by a similar disaster, by a similar clade, domo profugum. So the profugum is a past participle, it goes with Aeneas. So he fled from his home, but ad maiora rerum initia. So to the beginnings of greater things, we've got double ablative plural. The fates were leading him into the beginning of greater things. Primo, in the first place, he came into Macedonia, and then querentem, that's present participle accusative, he came looking into Sicily or searching in there. He was carried there by Delatum, so he was searching for a place he could stay or live in Sicily, and from Sicily, by a class A, a fleet, by a boat, to Laurentum Agrum, which is the lands or the fields, and Tenuises, let's see, infinitive. So he was taken there to those lands. And going to the usual word doc. So Troia et huic loco nomen est. And the name to this place also is Troy. It means also or to. Ibi, so there the adverb, egress the Trojans. Here's where they come out. And quibus ab immenso propi errare. So from their almost huge wandering, propi just means almost, they had nothing besides their arms and ships superesset left or remaining. Cum praedam ex agris agerent. So when they were taking out booty from the fields there, that's plural, Latinus rex, that's the nominative, the king Latinus and his aboriginal people, or natives, who tum then tenebant loco eo, well, they were holding this place, they came to Gerant to ward off with force ad venarum, those people who were arriving. They were armed, amati, they came from the cities and the fields. These are ablades, that's a singular and it's a plural. Concurrent, they come running up, and you can tell from the NT that it's plural people. This is the king and his aboriginal people. Duplex inde farmer est, a nice short sentence. So it's twofold. Then on is the report or what's rumoured to have happened. Alia, so some say prolio in battle. Latinum, he was that king, Latinus, he was victim, he was beaten. There was a peace with Aeneas, pacem cum Aenea, and then ad finitatem, that's another accusative, junxis et tradant. It's handed down in tradition by some that they were joined by marriages ad finitum. And alia, there's another account. So this other tradition says, cum instructe acis constitessent. So when they were drawn up, these battle lines were drawn up, they stood there, priusquam and prior, signa canerent, the sign being sang out, probably by horns, procisse Latinum. King Latinus proceeded out, and inter primores and ducum ad venerum. And so between the primors, the leading parties of the travellers who had came here, and the leader, evocasset, he called them to a conloquium, to a conference before battle. Per contatum, that's a past perfect, and it's because it goes with Latinum. So after he asked them, then, Dende, who mortales essent, who were these mortals, who were these people? Unde, or quo casu, from where or by what cause, what reason, profecti, that's plural, they left from their home, domo, and there's an enclitic, or what, querentes, present participles, or what were they seeking in agram Lorientinum exisse? Basically, what was the reason why they had come into the Laurentium fields towards these people? Postquam, and afterwards, audierit, he had heard, multitudem Troionos esse. These were a multitude, these were a group of Trojans. Ducam Aeneum, the leader was Aeneas, Filium Anchiese, so it's a genitive, the son of Anchisa and Venus, basically. Cremata Patria, this is the ablative, so with their homeland cremated, burnt up. Domo, that's ablative, so they're leaving from the home. Profugos, they were fugitives from their home. Sedem, this is again the word seat, just means their home. And condende urbi locum quaerere, so that looks like a gerund. They're looking to found a city, they're quaerering for a place, looking for a place, making inquiries, but they can come violently. So, and nobilitum admiratum, so again that's because it's the king's admiring. They're a noble race, and man, I'll just take a breather, need a beer drinking such a long statement, the long sentence. Okay, so it was admiring the noble race and the man and the animum, the courage. We've got either in war or in peace, paratum. Now this paratum must be of Aeneas, so he was prepared for either or war. And data dextra, having giving his right hand, fidem, Futurae, amiciae. These are genitives. So he sanctioned, or this was a pledge of future friendship, a trust of friendship. Inde, so then, fodus ictum, then was struck a treaty, inter duces, between the leaders, inter exercitus. Now, inter takes accusative, and exercitus is a fourth, so that's a plural accusative. So between the armies, factam was made a salutum. This is a greeting when you go salve to each other. Aeneum apud Latinum fuissein hospitio. So Aeneas was amongst Latinum fuissi as a guest. Ibi, so there, Latinus amongst the penates dios domesticum. These are, besides the law, you have penates, which are the home gods, the domestic gods, the penates. Publico ad iuncisse foedus. So here they're striking the treaty public, and also he's joining his filia, his daughter was given, it's a dative to Aeneas, in matrimonium, in marriage. Okay, we're nearly done. Yeah. So res, this matter, utique is an adverb, it can mean at least or especially. I'd say it means especially. This is especially affirmed hope, genitive of the Trojans, and at last, that's an adverb. Stabili incerta qui sedes. A stable in a certain house, finiende. That's another, looks like a genitive gerund, and of the end of their wanderings. Oppidum condunt, so they founded a city. Haven't done a daily dictionary yet, so I'll look up a word for you. So Aeneas, from the name, ab ex de cum sine pro, take the ablative, from the name of his wife, genitive, he called the city, the Oppidum, Lavinium. Brevis stirpus, so in a brief period of time, stirpus, that's his offspring, also virilis. From the new marriage there was a virilis, someone who's manly, to who the parents, that's plural, dixere, called the name Ascanium. And here's the daily dictionary word, virilis, manly, masculine, virile, mature. And that should end today's chapter.